Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Mr. Reyes with Careers Unlimited. Today, we're going to be continuing our discussion in electrocardiography, and we're going to delve into the circulatory system, the cardiovascular system, as some know it. And it's very, very important. It is the fundamentals, the foundation of your knowledge so that you can continue and understand what is to come in the later chapters. If you don't have this foundation strong, you will be lost at times. You will not understand some concepts that come with electrocardiography. So it's very, very important that you master this section, chapter 2 of the electrocardiography course. So what are we going to be doing in this chapter? We're going to be learning how circulation works and as it relates to the EKG, how the stages of or the cycles of the heart, how they play as it relates to the EKG, the electrical part of it. We're gonna look at the structures of the heart, the anatomy, the valves, the chambers, the vessels. You have to understand this part, the anatomy of the heart, because everything works synchronously very, very, very perfectly. And if anything, any part of the heart fails to work, then the rest of it will sense the differences, and you're going to notice that the changes in the electrocardiogram. We're going to look at some of the different circulatory systems in the heart, including the pulmonary system, the systemic and coronary circulation. Although they all seem to be one and the same, they're actually pretty different. So it's important that you also understand the different types of circulation that exist in your body. If there just be the heart, the cardio, heart circulation, the circulation to the lungs, what happens down there, and then also the circulation that goes throughout your body. So it's important that you understand those. I'll explain the cardiac cycle again. There's videos. There's only very two phases of the cardiac cycle, but nonetheless, there's very little fine steps that happen throughout the process that you have to understand and that you should be able to identify. Because when we look at an EKG, we can correlate the phases of the cardiac cycle as it relates to the electrocardiogram, what is recorded in the paper. We're also going to describe some parts and function of the heart and the conduction system. We'll look at the heart activity that produces each part of the EKG. All right, so we have your atriums, your ventricles. Now, how does that relate or translate into the EKG waveform? We'll look at the in just a minute. So hang along. We're going to continue. Now, this section, the section 2.1, is very short and it's very to the point. Okay, the function of the heart basically is to pump blood. That is all, but it just doesn't do it automatically. It has different parts that affect it. Of course, blood flow to itself. It has to have blood flow to be able to continue to pump all the time, but it must pump the blood to every single tissue in your body. Nutrients, oxygen, hormones, everything that is in your blood is pumped by your heart. And if your heart fails for any moment, then your rest of your body will feel it. So the process of transporting blood to and from the body tissue is known as circulation. There are quite a few terms in this chapter that you must master. So one of your assignments is to write down the definitions, the terms. Very, very important so that you can understand the terminology. When I say a word, you understand what it means and as it relates to the function of the heart. The heart is very, very, very strong, powerful muscle. This tissue is the one that ticks every single day of your life, every single second of your life. And if it fails for some reason or suffers from disease, then the person will start to feel the changes as it relates to the health of the muscle. Each electrical activity of the heart is recorded on an EKG, which is what we're studying here. You should have good knowledge of the heart, its functions, and what produces the EKG tracing. And we'll go into the electrophysiology in a later chapter. So right now we're going to focus on the circulation part, the gross anatomy of the heart, the different parts of it, and the different types of circulation in the heart. So hang in there. We're going to continue in just a moment.